Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kaibo, and this is Frecesca. And we're excited to present our project on enhancing cybersecurity awareness training through the psychological testing. Our project falls under the user-centric category, and today we will show you how understanding personality differences can revolutionize cybersecurity training.
I will go through research questions and why this matters. We started this project with a simple observation. People are different, so why do we train them all the same way for cybersecurity? This led us to two key research questions. First, do different personality types actually have different cybersecurity behaviors and risks? Second, can we create a training system that adapts to these individual personality differences? Why does this matter? Well, cybersecurity breaches often happen because of human error, not technical failures. Current training programs use the same one-size-fits-all approach for everyone. Same content, same delivery method, same pace. But research in education shows that personalized learning can improve outcomes by 30 to 50%. If we can understand how personality affects security behavior, we can design better training that actually changes how people act online. But before building anything, we asked ourselves what's actually wrong with how people are being trained now. Most cybersecurity training treats everyone the same videos, same tips, no matter who you are. But people learn differently. A lot of programs also rely on fear, like scary states or worst case scenarios to get your attention. That might work short term, but it often backfire and make people tune out. And they don't think about how people prefer to learn. Some like visuals, others want clear steps. Ignoring that leads to low engagement and not much behavior change. So we thought, what if we base the training on personality? Maybe people would actually remember and use what they learn. To test this, we use the Big Five personality model, which is a popular way to understand traits like responsibility, anxiety, or openness.
We took three-part approach to answer our research questions. First, we designed an online survey with three main sections: personality assessments based on the Big Five model, questions about current security practice like password management and email safety, and questions about the learning preference. We targeted people aged 18 to 25, which is the digital natives who grow up with the technology. We distributed our survey through the social media and the university networks. We're offering it in both English and Chinese version to reach more people. Alongside the survey, we built a prototype web application called Secure Persona to demonstrate how personality-based training would actually work in the practice. Our most important discovery was what we call the knowledge-behavior gap. We found a fascinating pattern that reveals why traditional training isn't working. Here's the striking data. 59.2% of our participants can identify phishing emails, but the exact same percentage don't carefully check the email links before clicking them. Similarly, 67.3% of people pay attention to details, but 65.3% still reuse the passwords across the different accounts. This tells us the problem isn't the lack of knowledge. People actually know what they should be doing. The real challenge is translating that knowledge into consistent, everyday behavior. This finding completely changed how we think about cybersecurity training. Instead of just jumping more information on people, we need to focus on behavior change and make security practices feel natural and automatic. Based on our complete personality data analysis, we identify four distinct user types, each with different security needs. First, the security conscious users make up 28% of our sample. They have high conscientiousness and low anxiety, naturally good security habits, and they need advanced content and the latest threat information. Second, the anxious cautious users. They are our largest group at 35%. They have high conscientiousness, but also high anxiety. They are very security focused, but get stressed about the threats. So they need supportive, encouraging training approaches that don't increase their anxiety. Third, risk negligent users represent 20% of our sample. They have low conscientiousness and low anxiety, leading to poor security habits because they don't worry about threats. They need simplified, gamified training with frequent reminders. Finally, contradictory troubled users make up 17% of our sample. They have low conscientiousness but high anxiety. They are worried about security but don't follow through the protective behaviors. They need step-by-step guidance with emotional support. We discovered some surprising insights that challenge conventional wisdom about cybersecurity training. First is what we call the trust paradox. Only 32.6% of people in our survey generally trust others. Now you might think this is bad, but actually, this low trust level may be protective for cybersecurity. Most people already have healthy skepticism. We just need to help them convert this natural caution into specific security behaviors instead of trying to make them more suspicious. Second, we found what we're calling a password crisis. 55.3% of people reuse the password. This was our biggest risk factor. And 53% don't create complex passwords with letters, numbers, and special characters. This dual problem creates serious vulnerabilities and requires systematic solution, not just education. We need to promote password management tools and provide different implementation strategies for the different personality types. Now let me show you how this actually works in practice. We built Secure Persona, a working web prototype that demonstrates personality-based cybersecurity training. The personality assessments use interactive slider controls with the real-time progress tracking. You can see here how we ask questions like I feel comfortable in social situations on 1 to 5 scales. We also capture learning preference with visual checkboxes. Notice how users can select multiple options like charts and visual contents, hands-on practice, or audio materials. This data directly influences how we deliver training contents later. Here's where the magic happens. Immediate personalized results. The dashboard provides a personalized experience with today's recommendations, learning progress tracking, and the security score meter. Here's our interactive phasing email simulation. Users see a realistic phasing email and must decide if it's trustworthy, suspicious, or if they're unsure. When they click suspicious, watch what happens. The system provides immediate, personalized feedback, explain why it is correct. Finally, the user gets comprehensive progress tracking and personalized improvement suggestions based on their personality type and learning progress.
So once we built the prototype, we tested with users of different personality types, and the results really back up our idea. We found that personality does impact how people handle cybersecurity. For example, users who scored high in conscientiousness tended to have better security habits. And anxiety is more complicated. It can be helpful because anxious people are often more cautious, but it can also make them avoid tech altogether, so training needs to strike the right balance. When we look at how different users respond to our prototype, we saw some clear patterns. High conscientiousness users lacked details, technical content. High anxiety users responded better when the tones were friendly and supportive. And users with low conscientiousness were more engaged when the content was simple and visual. So overall, both the psychology and the tech side of our project worked. Different personality types really do benefit from different training styles. Let's go back to the two big questions we started with. First, do personality types affect cybersecurity behavior and risk? Absolutely yes. We found strong links, especially between conscientiousness and safe online habits, and we were able to group users into 4 types, each with totally different needs. Second, can we build a training system and adjust to these differences? Again, yes. Our skill persona prototype shows that not only is this doable from the tech point, it's also more effective for learners. And maybe the biggest thing we learned is people usually know what they should be doing. It's not a knowledge problem. The real challenge is turning that knowledge into action. That's what we call the knowledge behavior gap, and we think it's something future training really need to focus on. What's exciting is this isn't just theory, it can actually be used right away. For companies, a short personality quiz during onboarding could help security training to each employee. Instead of giving everyone the same generic material, they could spend more time helping the 20% of risk negligent users who really need extra support, and use a softer, more supportive tones for the 35% who are more anxious. For schools and universities, it means cybersecurity classes could start with personality assessment, offer visual-heavy and self-based materials, and focus more on building habits instead of just dumping facts. Our 4 user types can be a simple framework that teams starting applying now, and insights like the knowledge behavior gap or the trust paradox can help make future training even smarter.
This project taught us several important lessons. Most critically, behavior change is more important than the knowledge transfer. We also confirmed that visual learning preferences are critical for engagement. The privacy-first design builds the user trust, and the interdisciplinary collaboration between psychology, cybersecurity, and web development makes projects stronger, though it also brings communication challenges. For future research, we want to conduct larger studies with hundreds of users across the different demographics to validate our findings. We plan longitudinal research to track whether personalized training actually change behavior over the time. We're excited about AI segregation possibilities for real-time personality detection, and we want to test cross-cultural validity of our findings. The next step is scaling this approach to help organizations and individuals build better security habits that match their natural personality patterns. To wrap up, we start with a simple observation that people are different. So why do we train them all the same way? Through our research and prototyping, we were showing that personality-based cybersecurity training is not only possible, but potentially much more effective than the current approaches. Our key takeaways are personality-based cybersecurity training is both feasible and effective. The knowledge behavior gap is a real challenge we need to address, and our 4 user types provide a practical framework for immediate implementation. The human element remains the biggest factor in cybersecurity. By understanding and adapting to individual psychological differences, we can transform security training from boring compliance exercise into engaging, personalized learning experiences that actually change the behavior. I will leave our demo link on the screen and you can try some secure persona yourself at this URL. Now, we'd love to take your questions.